Alrighty, good morning YouTube again, and hello those who were in the pre-market prep. Hope you guys are ready to execute some of these trades. Currently looking at gold. Gold's sort of in a range right here. This is the lows. This was highs. We broke it, and now it holds a support. So resistance, support, support, support. So we can't go short down here, but we could sure go short up here, right? This is our low of the range we're currently in, this blue zone. This is the high of the range, this darker red zone. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. 15-minute just closed, bearish on gold. We'd look for shorts on gold, man. Also want to try a short here on gold. But I want to be careful in case we do want to retest that supply again. But my whole thing is if that 15 wants to continue lower, then like we look pretty solid. CVD still, though, it's trying to keep green here. So we'll be a little patient and see if we do get back up to the supply. If we don't, I'll look for an entry maybe towards the low of this 15. Where's the open today? That's what I want to know too. I'm saving the open price. I don't know where it's not saving. Orb. It's not saving. Do I have too many? Am I maxed out? I might be maxed out. Nah, I wouldn't think they have a max. All right, here's we're going to call it gap for now, but it's our open. And then I'm going to save template, open, save. There it is. I don't know why I did that earlier. I know, it's some important things you guys really care about. Yo, I like right here on gold. Look at these sort of equal lows we have down here. So we have all these lows, low-hanging fruit, I call it, where it looks like people who were trying to take longs on this bull run, they might have their stop losses down here, right? So if the market does want to continue lower on gold, we're most likely going to break this, make a 15-minute supply zone off of this 15-minute basing candle here, and then continue. Now, if we're looking for 15-minute continuation, that means we should trend for a couple 15-minute candles, which means 30, 40 minutes, 30, 45, maybe an hour. Hourly looks like a basing and trying to sell off too. So really looking for some potential shorts here on gold. Would like to try to get filled as high as possible, but I also don't want to really be fighting the trend if we do want to try to continue higher. But I really like that rejection off of the supply zone again. Okay, so there's the retest of supply. There's a push right into it. We'll see how the 1 minute closes. Closes below it, I'll take it. Closes in it, I'm not taking it. I'll wait like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, get a better feel. There's no low volume shelf to really reject off there either. Maybe this one right here. Wait and test it. Could be patient and wait for us to break below the 15-minute open on the 9 o'clock candle. Because what that'll do is that'll tell us if we are breaking lower to make this a supply zone. So if we get short here and we reverse and continue bullish, that might not be the best entry, but if we stay patient and wait till we can sell off, well, then that'll be a bit of a more sure trade, right? We're trading with probabilities and the odds then. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Twitter. Hope you guys are all doing well. Discord, everybody. One love, one love. Happy Monday. Another exciting week of trading ahead of us. ES and NQ finding some support. Crude oil. Okay, crude oil did push through. It pulled back. It just retested where the original entry was. So maybe on crude, but it was really that hourly 30-minute. 30-minute looks like a reversal. 45 sort of bullish, hourly sort of bullish because it didn't break that recent low. But crude's very choppy. Gold we were looking at. Here we go. If we get some sellers here. All right, 2883.20. That's where my short entry is. If we could start breaking lower. See that? That's why I say it's important to have some type of confirmation for your entry. Because again, if you try to take a position up here expecting us to reverse without any actual confirmation of us reversing, then you're sort of jumping the gun, you're jumping in front of the chart and should not be doing that. Got to be patient on that. $15-minute. Let's check out ES and NQ. And let's also bring up the weighted index and the VIX. Those will be important when the market opens. This is still gold here on Bookmap, so I'm looking to see if we could break below 2883, like right over here. ESNQ, any supplier demand zones? Not really. We're in a 4-hour that we broke on ES. That's why we're chopping our way through it, because it is a supply zone. So a lot of times when we're trying to break it, if we fail to have momentum behind it, we'll find ourselves chopping through it. I really want to see if there's something over here. Here we go. Check this out. We have a little bit, and we'll see what works here. So we have our 15-minute order block held here. So this is a pretty strong zone overnight. This is my first overnight zone I'm looking for on ES 59.60, and that is with the gap fill. So if we check our stats on edge full and we look for our gap fill on ES and we look for our New York session, current gap size 0.41. Is it really 0.41 of a gap fill? Oh yeah, it is about 20 points. Bring our measuring tool up here. 0.41, okay. So we go by, right now it's on standard. Let's go by size. And we're on 50%, so we want to be at 100% because that would be the gap fill is 100%. We hit the gap fill. And the size is 0.41, so we're going to come to this one. All right, well, it looks like when we gap above it, we don't really fill it too often, right? Only 38% chance of getting filled on a gap fill that high. So it's going to really depend on where we open. If we could open in this 0.2 to 0.39 range, that increases our stats and increases our odds by a lot. In order for that to happen, for that 0.39, we would have to open. Let's see where we would have to open. 0.39 is right here. So that's where ES would have to open. I'm going to mark that out with a the price level. So it's pretty doable. 6.5 minutes till market opens. All it has to do is push a little lower, and then we're headed towards that gap fill. I'm looking for 59.60 area for support, and we could use Bookmap now and see if we have any price levels hanging out down there. Well, there's 59.80. That is over here, though. So 59.60. Not seeing too much down there, but I do see some stuff up here. Is this session range? Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, awesome, guys. Let me know, what are you guys trading today? What are you guys seeing today? Are you bullish or bearish? There we go. That's why, look at that. Gold trade did not activate. Add an alert on this little band right here. GC short. Beautiful. Crude oil chopping around. No trades on crude. Crude is very range bound today. It has been pretty range bound during the regular market hours. And if you guys need to see, like, okay, well, where's the New York session, right? I usually trade New York session. I don't care about all this extra right now. I want to see the New York session really quick. Just want to know how the past few days have been trading. If you're on futures, you go from the session's electronic trading hours to regular trading hours. Now you're only going to see when the market is doing the New York session open. So, okay, let's see. This is Friday. We have our orb, so we could even mark out our orb from Friday. That's our 15-minute, 15-minute time frame. High and then low. Okay, now I could also check the stats on Edgeful too, just to see real quick orb and the streaks that we've been in. This is orb on crude oil. Well, it looks like we mainly get double breaks, and the past 4 out of 5 trading days, we've had a double break, if not a breakdown. This right here, yesterday was another double break. We broke down first, then reversed. Same with on Thursday, we broke down first, then reversed. How did it go on Wednesday? Well, we broke up first, and then we closed up there. We chopped around, broke lower, and then just chopped around. So that's sort of how the orb could be helpful. If you have a very small orb like this, and price action fails to keep closing higher, like we see these wicks, we understand that we're failing any type of volatility. We're near our first orb still, and we don't want to take any trades off of that. Whereas this 15-minute orb, look at this breakdown, close with strength, no long lower wicks or anything, and then we just kept going on that 15-minute time frame. This one too, broke down, continued. So okay, so that's sort of given me a bit more of a bearish sense for these days. However, recently, Thursday and Friday, we had breakdowns first and then a breakout. So that's what I'm going to remember. That's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on today on crude oil. We're going to get rid of this position. And that might call for us to break lower first and then maybe hit this demand zone and push back higher. Remember, if we broke previous day high on Monday, which we did already, Friday's previous day high broken on Monday overnight, then what we're looking for is us to close green 80% of the time. So that doesn't essentially mean we have to push super bullish today. All that means is the daily time frame has to close green. So we mark our open price, and that could be used as our either potential target or somewhere that we're looking for us to get long below, or for us to at least stay above to remain in our bullish bias. Previous day high, now we're looking at it right now, and it was actually working as some resistance recently. So we're going to stay patient on crude here. We do have a new 30-minute supply zone right here as well. I'm going to mark that out as supply. And I'm going to do 30-minute. And now I'm even going to delete this 15-minute because that was broken. Okay, so now new zones, some setups I'm looking for. We're going to be waiting for that 15-minute orb today. ES and NQ, hey, how do you like that? We're closing below, which means our gap size is getting smaller. We're on gap fill. We're going to ES and 34%, 0.34%. That's lower. Now we can look at our, right? Do we have our standard? We're going to go by size. And now we can look at 0.3 and 0.35%. So now gap up, which it's a gap up today, filled 71% of the time. And the streaks, we filled that gap up 5 out of the past 5 trading days. That's awesome. That's what I want to say. Can I make this brighter? No, I'm going to make it darker. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Is the market open in a minute? Market opens in a minute too. Oops. All right, so we're looking for that, what's it called? ES gap fill, 70% on this gap size. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ES gap fill down here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Marcus. Marcus reminded me there is a indicator for sessions. If you want, I recommend the Lux Algo one. To add an indicator to your chart, you're either going to come up here to indicators or you're just going to hit backslash and it'll pull up indicators for you. I like Sessions by Lux Algo. That's a good one. So looking for ES to fill its gap over here. Some selling pressure, finding some support at this 59.80 that we mentioned pre-market. And now we could also look at, let's see where we at. Weighted index selling off. VIX is trying to push lower, which is bullish. But look at the sellers stepping in here. Really looking for ES to fill this gap here. I'm trying to think, what's a good setup for this gap fill trade? 30-minute, 45, 1 hour. I'm really looking at ES right here. We could wait on the 5 and possibly get a fair value gap right here. And if that's the case, that'll be our entry. Now, part of me thinks if we squeeze through this 59.80 level right here, use it as a retest to go short or whatever low volume shelf we might have. Finding some support, we're pushing through, we're not creating a fair value gap anymore on this 5-minute. And again, that's why we be patient. A lot of people will see that trying to form and jump the gun. And then now guess what? That trade setup doesn't even exist anymore. So no trade there. This is sort of where we opened. This is opening prices right here. We just tested open. Can maybe possibly see us come up to 59.95. Maybe we take out some low internal buy side liquidity up here. Because guess what? We still opened below where we needed the gap to be a smaller gap price. We did break previous day high. Are we above previous day high? We are above previous day high. And I was looking bullish overall. So we'll be a little patient. We'll wait to see how we react to this zone, to this level. Low volume shelf right there too. So if we start to pull back, this might be my setup, looking for that gap fill. But I don't see any other like zones or price levels to give me a good short entry. Buy side liquidity up here too. This pre-market highs, so you can mark that out as PMH. Yo, nice dude, nice. Yo, good morning. Good morning, good morning. What's up, what's up?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was based off some pretty good levels here, but yeah.
Good stuff, dude. I like the 6,000 even on ES. VIX is pushing higher. I'm sorry, VIX pushing lower, but near a key level on the VIX. We got buy side liquidity up here on ES. We do have divergence now on ES and Q as well. NQ broke higher. ES is not. Take what's mine, then take some more. It rains, it pours. Got a little music going, you know, just keep yourself vibing out. Look at that rejection right there. I like that. I like that. I wanted that ES short. Let's see. If we keep that divergence up and get a retest up here, I would like to take a short on ES for that gap fill price, but I'll wait for the 5 to close too, because duh. Believe and know and believe. There we go. If we start zipping again, 25 seconds left. I like this shorts on ES. I'm going to take a short here. So fill it up here on a short. Be careful. I'm looking for a quick reaction lower here. So my stop loss is going to be really tight. Nope. 5 seconds left. Let's see. Okay. Closed below it. That's what I wanted to see, but buyers are looking pretty hefty here. We're going to wait and see. I like that reaction. If we can stay with this low volume up here to reverse off of that low volume. Come on, ES. You want that gap fill. We had the divergence too. There we go. Give us a little bit of a move here. Come on, dump on those longs. Let's go, baby. Huge. Nice. Could look to take a contract off just to scale out of one, but I'm going to hold this. I'm really looking for that gap fill down here. That'd be huge. But let's wait and see. Ooh, let's see. I want to see these sellers hold up here. NQ with some weakness. Weighted index selling off. That's what I want to see on NQ. I want to see if ES could help feel that lower too. Huge, guys. Huge. Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Huge. Let's go. We want gap fill. Bum. We want gap fill. Keep going. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. No way. That's a wild trade so far. Oh, trapping those buyers. Anybody who was trying to... Let's see. I'm going to take a contract off right here, right at 59.84, right where point of control sort of sitting up at. And that's because as much as we just trapped buyers, we can now reverse and trap sellers just as strong. Look at that. Huge. Staying patient now, just back into the one contract. I went in with two. One contract. This could stop me out of these shorts. I'm looking at this right now. Definitely trying its best. Look at that strong reaction. Big buyer right here. Big volume delta. Not out of this last contract yet. Gold with a pump, by the way. Gold pumped higher. So no gold shorts, obvi. Crude, same thing. Trying to hold for longs. Want to see ES hold for shorts here. Weighted index was still trying to push lower, but trying to hold. And the reason, too, I got out of that one contract down here is because NQ was at this 21,038. So where I have the top and bottom of supply and demand zones, those are also key levels. So if we're in a supply zone and chopping around, I'll use the bottom of the supply zone as the bottom of the range and the top of the supply zone as the top of the range, and vice versa for supply and demand. Come on, ES, let's get it. Always all we have to prove. Let's see. Here we go, ES. VIX, okay, weighted index, new low a day. Huge. Want to see the VIX push higher. Come on, there we go. Let's go, ES. Whoo. Hot. That's nice, dude. There we go. NQ, nice dive right there. I want ES to feel that. Guys, ES gap fill 59.64. Entry was 59.92. This is crazy. 30-point move with like a 3-point stop loss is wild.
Yeah, I caught that one too. It was nice.
Nice, dude. Gotta watch how we react to this price level right here. If we start to hold, that could be a red flag for these shorts. But if we continue lower with good volume, that could be huge for us to continue. Trying to hold here. Gotta be careful. Nope. I don't know, man. It's getting close. Oh, NQ weak. Come on, ES. Keep going, baby. Let's go. Nah, one more dive. You know you want to. Yup, yup, yup. Nice. Love it, guys. Huge. Huge. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's wild. I almost want to get out of this last contract before the gap fill, because even up here, 701 risks a reward, but yo, gotta let these winners win. That was crazy. 10 seconds left on this 5 minute. Want to see us continue lower. Getting a little pullback here on the weighted index. Oh, no, maybe not. AVGO selling off, Apple with a rejection, Microsoft selling off, Meta selling off, Nvidia selling off. Holding these shorts right here, guys. I'm still just in one contract from up here. Got out of one contract over here, holding one. You want to see that gap fill. Why did you short ES? Just the thought the gap would be filled. Yeah, I was looking for the gap fill, the size of the gap fill, and also that we had the divergence on ESNQ, but that wasn't really exactly what I was looking for. I was really looking at the weakness up here. We had a lot of resistance on Bookmap. ES was weaker than NQ at that moment, and NQ was also in a supply zone. So just the fact that ES and NQ were both in supply. Come on, ES. Oh, there we go. 59.67. Next target. You don't got left if you don't got the wrong number. Let's see. Let's see. We're staying patient. Good moves. Good moves. I mean, one more drop here. And here's I keep an eye on equities. So I saw my Meta sold off on that 5 minute. Tesla's selling off right now. Nvidia's selling off right now. AVGO selling off right now. Apple's about to get weak and push red. Microsoft's the only one trying to hold. Same with Meta, but it's trying to break back below that previous day's high. There we go. NQ with another drop. That's huge. Ooh, ES trying to hold some support down here. A little worrisome, not the most worrisome in the sense that, like, we got filled up here. 3 minutes left on this 5 minute. And the 15 minute also closes in 3 minutes. Hourly looked bearish and the 15 minute looked bearish. That's what I was looking at too. Was the hourly and the 15 were looking bearish. Okay. I want to see this buyer trap, so I want to see sellers step in here. Could use footprint on here. And look at this too, by the way. I didn't point this out before because I wasn't looking at it. But the point of control on this 5 minute candle we had when the market opened was all the way down here. The most volume traded on the first 5 minute candle of the day, 14,000 volume, is right at these two price levels. Oh, look at that. We're still going. Right at these two price levels, which means prices being accepted at lower prices with lower volume at higher prices. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness, guys. What a trade. Wow. Nice. Random killing it too. Love it. Dude, 64 target. 59.64 target. Whoo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Crazy. Where's the gap? Gap fill. It's the gap fill. It's not an actual gap in price. It's a gap fill. So it's New York session close yesterday or Friday, and then today's open price. So gap fill price is at 59.64. And we had a 70% chance of closing it. 70. So we found some shorts, we found the weakness, and it was a gap up. So that's why we took those shorts. 71% chance. And the past 5 gap fills we had, they all filled. So that's what was in my favor. So looking for that streak to continue. So today's lesson was supply and demand and gap fill. Some divergence on there too. When NQ made a new high today, ES was bearish divergence weaker. Could definitely exit here. I mean, this was a fantastic trade too, 8.5 to 1. Could play it safe because remember, a lot of people might be looking for that gap fill. So I do think I'm going to call it here. Yeah, I'm going to play it a little safe because NAS also looks like it could be finding support. And I'm really only cutting off about 5 points. This was a 21-point move. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, yeah, if you want to go before I could even move my exit, that's fine. I'm going to exit right there.
Scalp ones is pretty low. Like that was just a scalp for me, but on NQ it can go.
Yeah. All right, so then we'll hold it to the gap fill. I haven't adjusted my limit orders yet. We'll see if we get one more dive to gap fill price.
Yeah, we never know, but just based on, I use the same sort of rules as you, but in range, I just have like the area where it could go to.
I'm gonna get out. You know what it is? You know what it is? We're talking about it, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, well, you know what? A lot of traders anticipating that gap fill. We're starting to chop around right before the gap fill, and we're also holding that previous day high as a key level. So that was sort of my, let me just get out right here. But I get what you're saying. It definitely does look like it's going to want to go lower. But right in this moment, I don't know if we want to pull back first and then continue, or if we even want to reverse at this point. Because again, a lot of people trying to just get short right now, they're going to be in for a really, really bad trade if we pull back, let alone reverse. So I'm out of that short. That was a fantastic short. Great trade. Great stuff, guys.
I think it half the way. Like I'm out now. I'm not in anything, just in case. Because like you said, we're not here to call markets. And
yep.
Like you said, like if they're looking to get out of it, get in now, it's not good. So even if I see that it could go lower, usually I'm like halfway. I kind of cut it off and chill out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're just here for a piece of the pie. We don't want the full piece of the cake. We don't want the full.
Yeah, you'll never catch it all. Sometimes you catch it all, but often you can't.
Yeah. So like right now, it's like, okay, well now where can I get my shorts? I missed my shorts. I want to still target this gap fill. Well, right now, if you go short, we're building support right now on Bookmap. So I wouldn't go short here either. Low volume shelf, not really. Maybe right here at 59.8075. And that might be a pretty ideal spot for shorts, 59.8075. We'll have to see how we react to it. The reason I marked that out is because it is low volume right there, and it was a key level at some point, right? Look at this level of support. Now, do we want to break it and flip it and turn into resistance? Love me, say that you love me. Fool me, fool me. I'm just bored, guys. It was such a good trade. NQ reaching into a fair value gap right here. What's this blue zone? Blue zone I'm going to delete. Did not hold any relevance.
Yeah, like supply demand range.
Boom.
If you look at what I posted there, when it breaks it, it usually comes back for, if it was going to be a good short, it'll come back. But it has to get above that red line. I never mark them out. It's just like if it breaks, and then it would make for a good one.
Yeah. I'm thinking this ES just rejected that 59.80 level. So that was again it was support, flipped it, now it's resistance. That might have been our area where we would go short on a pullback. And NASDAQ rejected a 5-minute fair value gap. Wow, look how perfect that little blue zone that I marked out. That is amazing. That's great. Wow. Just a few tools, bookmap. Just a few tools, bookmap, edge full, trading view, liquidity sweeps, fair value gaps, support, resistance. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that complex. Got to keep it plain and simple. Supply. OKES. OKES. Oh my God. Gap fill come. Oh my God. So close. That's crazy. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We just wicked our gap fill price. Wow. That's phenomenal. So again, hindsight of being, oh, well, you could have held that last contract. And it's like, okay, but held it for what? You have to remember psychology plays a big role in trading too. So the facts are I got out down here instead of, oh, well, could have held and maybe, caught it down here and caught 5 more points, 6 more points. But if I was worried that we would find support here and we pulled back green, we pushed all the way up here. If I stopped out up here, I'd be a lot more upset, right? Because then you're leaving 20 points, 15 points on the table. But I got out near the lows, near my target, and because I found some support trying to hold us near a different key level that I had. Great entry, good exit. That's okay. That's what we want to look for. We're trading with the trend. We're staying patient. We're looking for the right trades to take. That was huge. That was great, though.
Kevin, question, is the futures trading class on Bullishbrs, is that your course?
No, not yet. I have to get mine on there. I still have to edit mine up. I was going to do that this weekend. I'm going to reach out to Lucian today and try to get mine on there.
Thank you.
Sure. When we break Friday's high day overnight. Great short. Great ES trade. Let's see what NASDAQ's doing. Look at that. NASDAQ also rejected that 5-minute fair value gap that we had marked out. YouTube, hit that like button. Is that ES selling off again? Wow, that's crazy, guys. We caught the top of that move this morning at that market open. That is amazing. Here's our 15-minute orb. Mark the 15-minute orb blowout, and we could see. And that could also help us, right? If we're trading the gap fill and the orb, once we try to break out and close below, well, at that point, we're already hitting the gap fill. But we could use it to help gauge direction and targets as well. So it's really a process of putting multiple things together. All right, look at that ES sell-off. Great selling, great direction, great knowing the trend today. We also had VIX was pushing higher and it was rejecting a key level, right? I had this blue zone on VIX that was a key range, a key zone. So I had that along with the SMC divergence, along with the supply zone. So much adding up, so much coming together on this short trade.
I gotta sick short on that.
Nice. Are you
Yeah,
gonna
I'm down on my account today.
Nice, dude. Good job, dude. Time to make that Monopoly money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man, I made like 200 fake grand last week. Come on.
Damn, this guy's gonna buy the whole Monopoly complex.
Yeah. You just gotta find some. Maybe I'll create a meme coin.
Oh God.
Paperboy.
Jeez, man. Somebody asked divergence. What was the divergence I was talking about? It's SMT divergence, smart money trading divergence. That's when it's ES and NQ, when one makes a lower high while the other makes a higher high. So that would be NQ made the higher high today, ES made the lower high. So ES had bearish divergence because it failed that high. So that could be another confirmation to take a short position. And that short position would then be on ES because it failed the high. Whereas NASDAQ was stronger, it broke the high. But they're still going to both reverse in order for both of them to reverse, of course. Damn, ES and Q going crazy. Here's that blue zone I wanted us to hit. I really wanted ES to hit 59.20 today. Imagine that, man. That'd be wild. That'd be wild, child. We might. 59.20. I don't see any price levels down there. Maybe 5,900. CVD is red. Everything's very red. Whole lot of red. This blue zone on ES is a super strong range overnight. Damn, yo, I could have definitely looked at the higher time frame on my entry once we started pushing and caught a crazier banger on that. That's great. That is fantastic. When's CrowdStrike's earnings this week? Damn, ESNQ gonna dump again, guys. Apple selling off, Meta selling off, Tesla selling off, Microsoft, Nvidia, all tech is selling off right now. Buy ES, buy NQ. Is Crowd earnings today? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it said today. Damn, ES, you keep going, baby. That's crazy sauce, guys. Holy cow. Wow. Dude, it's got it, bro.
This area is gonna close below 838.25. I think it will. Hopefully it will. You never know.
Oh my god, look at this thing, dude. That's crazy. But yeah, great point, something we gotta note, guys. Look at this low volume we're creating right here. So between 59.52 to about 59.60, we have very low volume. That was crazy, man. We caught that today. Beautiful. Beautiful. Damn, Pedro, 515 bucks off of 1 micro. That's crazy. Bruh. There's that key level 2 on ES and NQ. Because look, NQ's now in that 15-minute demand that's broken. That shouldn't be there. And ES is also at an area of support. Where is this on NQ? I mean, it was we'll see. Nah. You know what we'll do? We'll do. I'm trying to get that trend line. I'm going to make that blue. And I'm going to delete this one. You think that should talk to 15-minute demand right here on NQ at 2766. I'm sorry, 20,766. Damn, son, that's crazy. It was this liquidity that I saw down here too that I wanted us to take out. Whoa. Oh, right, PMI. PMI.
I guess the instincts that it could go lower was right.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Oh my goodness. It's going to drop again. Oh no, there's a 15-minute demand on NQ, but I really wanted ES near 59.20. Yo, that's insane. That's 70 points away from my short entry that I had a 3-point stop on. Damn, son, that's wild. Killer. Some support building up in here, but we'll have to see. NQ at support. Would not take any shorts here. Crude oil, keep pushing lower. Yes, taking care of this low volume over here. That's wild, man. Yo, facts, bro. A lot of support building up here on ES. Yo, what would be crazy is that we just pushed 70 points lower. Is if that news was strong enough to make us range back higher to have a double break on the orb, which would mean we would have to reverse and move another 50 to 60 points in the opposite direction from where we are right now. But it's not impossible. Let's see.
Yeah, overall, I mean, you don't know how you get it, but overall, like I said, on the hires, I had it going into the 670s. You never know how that's going to happen, but
yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Look at that. Look at all these lower highs just sitting here getting ready to be swept. We got 60-14 first, 60-24, 60-40, and then your 60-70 up there. Beautiful. But yeah, I'm going to be looking for bulls going forward. Because also, got to remember too, last week was so bearish, but in a sense, it wasn't, because it just brought us to the bottom of our range. So when we have a strong move to the downside that fails to break us out of a range, a lot of times what happens is people remain bearish due to this price action the whole time we're moving back higher. So by the time we break this new high and we continue higher, these people that were bearish from this trend have still been bearish even though we've been pushing higher, right? Because they have the emotional and they have their bias. But that's not good to have a bias like that. We have to be able to look at the range and trade the range. A lot of support here. I'm telling you guys, it's possible. Definitely possible. Risking 150 to make 550. That was Pedro's trade today. That is huge, man. And look, so guys, how Pedro does supply and demand, but he does it differently from me, right? So he does supply and demand, but he also marks out the fib retracement from the high to the low from supply and demand. So he could find his 50% retracement level between zones, which is very interesting. I don't do this. I use fibs from highs and lows of price action. But whatever works for him, whatever works for you, whatever you test out and feel comfortable with, that's what you have to continue trading with. Even if you're not profitable with it, if you're comfortable with something and not profitable with it, there are ways to make it work. You just have to be able to work it out, whether it's changing up your risk management strategy, whether it's adding another trading strategy within it. Like let's say you trade just the orb or just the gap fill, maybe add the other one with it, right? If you trade just the gap fill, maybe put the orb in there. If you trade just the orb, put the gap fill in there. Or if you trade supply and demand, but you're still having trouble finding direction, well, okay, well then maybe you have to start journaling a little differently. And maybe you don't want to journal every day, and that's understandable. Nobody does. But when you do a pre-market prep, that's almost like a psychological journal. So you're prepared for the day and ready. Because you're also, when you're doing your pre-market prep, just like I show you guys when I do my pre-market prep, I'm going over past price action. How was yesterday trading? How was the other day trading? What's our range? Are we bullish? Were we bearish? Where's our support and resistance levels? What strategies have been working, like gap fill wise, etc. So it really gives us a good breakdown. Today was a great pre-market prep analysis on ES. And it ended up working out very well. And we didn't even get a trade set up from our pre-market prep, but we were still able to make a great trade off of it. Well, yeah, we had the gap fill to the downside was keeping us bearish. We'll go along. We'll keep doing that going forward, guys, making sure we mark out our gap fill, making sure we mark out our orb as well when the market is opened. But that gap fill was a great setup today. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well today. I like that ES tried to hold above this 4-hour supply zone, so that's a key level. I'd like to see if buyers could hold support here. Look at this big sellers, 1,174 negative delta here. We're reversing above that. Imagine this guy's selling all those lots, negative 1,200 now, almost negative 1,300 right there. It's a big seller. This is the 5-minute. How's the 15-minute look? 15 hasn't closed yet. 30-minute doesn't close for 23 minutes. 45 same. Hourly doesn't close for 54 minutes. Now, guys, looking at the hourly, the last hourly candle we had, well, that doesn't tell me we should go bullish here. That tells me we should look for continuation. So even though we're pulling back here and on the 15-minute and the 5-minute, it looks like sure we could be reversing bullish. On the 5-minute, it looks like it's reversing. Not on the hourly. So we have to remember the hourly on our time frame analysis comes way above. Whoa, that's weird. Could you guys hear me? Could you guys hear me? Hello, testing. Disconnected. Yo, you guys hear me? Okay, I think that's better. I don't know. Discord issues right now. Discord, you guys let me know if you could hear me. Yo, random, could you hear me? Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Test. Yo, you guys hear me? I'll wait. Test. Does that work? Hello. Nope. Did you guys hear me yet? Nope. It's so weird. Yo, could you guys hear me? I can't hear you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Really? Audio issues? It sucks. Test, 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 test. Voice. Test. Could you guys hear me yet? Hello, hello, hello. Nope. Oh, wait. There we go. Finally. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry about the Discord technical difficulties on that. YouTube sounds good. Thank you, Romeo. I appreciate that. Awesome, awesome. Check this out, guys. ES had this 5-minute fair value gap form that we did hold. Good morning, guys. What's going on, everybody? Got some resistance up here on ES, guys, off of that fair value gap. Big volume, big seller right here. And that's where that negative 2,250 now. Negative delta 2,200. It's a big seller around this 49.50 area. So the question is, do we want to sell with them and trade lower? Or do they want to get trapped and we trade higher? Now, I think we want to trade with them and we push lower. Look at that. There we go. So see that? We want to sell with them. We don't want to sell against them, but we're going to be patient here because buyers keep trying to hold support. We see on Bookmap, it's very heavy level. This is a passive buyer, passive buyers down here. Take a look at crude. Crude also trying to push near demand. And gold trying to push higher. And look at that. Gold ended up using this range area as resistance first. It failed, and then it used it as support a couple of times. So gold, I would like to see it break all previous day high and make a new high day on gold. Oil, I'd like to see oil continue lower to that demand zone around 69.44. And ES, I'd like to see ES continue to that 59.20, guys. 59.20. Very strong level from yesterday. Random, you back? Should your thing fix? I think I had to go into my settings and change which microphone it was connected to. There we go. Let's go ES. Oh man, what a beautiful short day today. Big seller. CVD dropping lower. Want to see CVD make a new low a day right here. VIX is pushing higher, which is bearish, but VIX is near a key level right now. Look at ES holding support. So really wouldn't be looking for shorts at this point because of the support we have, but I wouldn't look for longs because of the selling pressure we've had. Guys, is anybody running Ninja Trader or VMware? All right, guys, let me know. Have you guys taken any trades today? Have you taken any shorts on the ES or NQ? I know that Random, our buddy Rich over here, has been killing it on NQ shorts today. Have you guys taken anything on ES or NQ or even gold? Let's see, guys. Let's see. Got a lot of chop going on right now. Now, the reason we can expect chop at this point is because we already had a very strong move in one or both directions. Now, we had a strong move on ES to the downside, and then we even had news at 10 o'clock, which gave us a crazy impulse move. So since then, we failed to continue lower, but we've also failed to reverse back higher. Look at the support we're finding here on ES. If we didn't have these heavy levels on Bookmap, then we wouldn't have support to bring us higher. Whereas when we were moving lower on ES, we didn't essentially need resistance above us to push lower, but we had the volume to push us lower. So you get it? So we either need volume to move us in a direction, or we need support and resistance to move us in a direction. Now the support is starting to fail. What have we been seeing all day, guys? Well, we've been seeing support fail all day. Look at all these orange levels. Such a strong level of support right here. 59.80, broke it. Retested it for resistance. Would have been a great entry for a re-entry. Continued lower. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Breaking resistance, breaking support, good selling volume almost all day today. There we go. Gold trying to make a new high a day. Wanted to see a new high a day on gold after it retested this blue zone. See how we held it a couple of times.
Finally connected. Holy smokes.
There you go. Yeah, I know. I had to like go into settings and change my my mic input and stuff.
Oh, you need to like high def, like the new Realtek high def.
I don't even know. No, I changed the input. So I have like a I have the camera with the mic, I have the mic with the mic, and then I have the default with the mic. So I just switched it to default, and then I had to leave and then re-enter. It's a little ridiculous.
They added some audio features, which like I pay for Discord, so it's like everybody sounds better. Like you sound more crisp, but you have to like, I guess, activate them.
Gotcha. Oh, so you pay for it, then you have to activate it, or else you won't even have it active.
It'll just stay default, like it has different functions for audio, right? So there's like a premium audio, but by default it just stays on like unpaid.
Gotcha. All right.
Man, that was sick. I got a sick long here on NASDAQ.
Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, we were just talking about how the support's starting to build up here. Got to be careful. But support has been failing today for the most part. So without some type of higher time frame confirming we're reversing, whether it's a 15-minute or a 30-minute or even like an hourly, but the hourly doesn't close for 40 minutes now. So that means we could chop around. We can maybe push lower for a little bit and then push back higher. But the hourly has yet to give me a reversal. Therefore, not looking for any longs yet. Even if we got like the 30 minutes to close like a basing just like this, then I would take that long. But 15-minute would need us to break higher, break above this 59.50 and even above this 59.57. And then that would also maybe have me flip bullish on my bias too. Look at that 59.57 I just mentioned, very heavy level of passive sellers on Bookmap. There we go, gold new high a day, beautiful. Yes, and NQ, yo, guys, NQ really held that 15-minute demand really well. It wicked it and held it as support. So same thing, guys. If I'm trading ES, then I want to look at NQ too and know if NQ and the NASDAQ is at support, well, then I know ES might also be at support, right? And if ES, let's say the NASDAQ right here is at this demand zone, ES isn't at a demand zone, but I know it's at a higher time frame support zone. So it might not be matching up demand to demand, but it's still matching up support on one, support on the other. And same thing, on my shorts this morning, it was resistance in the supply zone, plus this broken demand zone on NQ, and resistance in the supply zone on ES, plus the smart money trading divergence on ES. So a few things adding up, but all of them being the same direction of resistance. If you guys do want to go over the short I took this morning, you guys could check out, obviously it's recorded, you will be able to check out the replay of it, but you could also, let's see, we'll see if we can break it down real quick. Yeah, I guess it's sort of what I just explained too, you know, looking for both of them at resistance, looking for something that says, hey, there's a good chance buyers are stuck here, sellers are stuck here. That also helps fuel that move or fuel that direction. If not, who's stuck here, then where are there potential stop losses, right? We mentioned earlier pre-market on ES, we had a whole bunch of low-hanging fruit, which is going to be the stop hunts, right? We have a low right here. This is internal sell-side liquidity. A low right here, another internal sell-side liquidity. And what did we do? We broke them, and then we reversed. So definitely going to be looking to see how we close on this 5-minute, how we close on the 15-minute, which is what I wanted. I wanted us to break this 59.57 on the 15. So going to look to see if that wants to hold 59, about 56.50.
Got my stop in front now. So
Nice. Oh yeah, you're long, right?
yeah, like basically the bottom. Like look at that catch.
Nice. Oh my goodness, dude. Good stuff. Why aren't you in 500 contracts?
Well, I'm trying to be realistic. I only have 5.
Okay.
I like to dream that I would hold it, which
That's funny. I like to dream that I'll hold it. Yeah, you should do the you ever trade like Apex or Top Step accounts?
Like when you get a code, my buddy sent me one. I did it, but like I don't really understand it. I got enough. Like I got my account, so I don't really
I gotcha.
understand.
I
I
was
don't know. Maybe somebody has to explain to me, but yeah.
Well, you know what it is? The reason I ask is because you do get done with your main account pretty quickly. And what's great with Apex is you could trade like because you say you like to trade realistically, you could trade X amount of accounts. Like let's say now I wouldn't go by the actual account size. So like 50K account, it's not really a 50K account because your trail stop is 2,500. Here, let's pull this up a little bit. Here we go. So like for you, maybe like the 150K account. So the profit target is 9,000. The trailing threshold is 5,000. Max contracts you could trade is 17. But once you get funded on one of these, or if you traded like 5 or 10, the reason I mentioned it is because you could do copy trades, right? So you could trade up to 20 of these accounts. Now the 150K account max payout is 2,750 per account. So if you had 20 accounts, you're taking a payout of over 50,000 twice a month. And then after 6 payouts, they let you pay out your full account. So let's say you were just messing around on here and gave yourself a goal of like, what's your usual goal on your other accounts or the paper account? Or you really just mess around?
My real one is like between 1,000 and 2, just because when I take a loss, it's it's $800 kind of thing.
Gotcha.
We're trying to make 1,000 or 2 a day. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's super realistic when it comes to one of these accounts, 1,000 or 2 a day, because you have to. The one rule they have that is the biggest complainer to most traders, which I don't think it's a big deal, is their 30% rule, which is basically them saying if you hit the profit goal of 9,000 on a funded account, but you made 7,000 of it in one trading day, then they're going to see that and go, okay, well, clearly you're gambling, right? You're not showing me any consistency. But if you could hold it to 30%, which 30% of 9,000, I think is what, 3,000? So if your goal is already 1,000 or 2,000, you don't have to worry about that rule. You could trade it. They're all paper accounts. You're not losing real money on it other than the fee that you're paying for the account itself. But I don't know, definitely something interesting, especially because you do trade a lot, especially after you're done trading in the morning. So it might be something to bring some extra cash in on these paper accounts.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I just never, I never thought of those. Like I had
Mixed feelings about it.
Well, it's just you'll say like you stay in a trade, it's good. There's a bit of a drawdown, so you get out, and then it counts.
Yeah.
You were up. So now he's fine. I don't know. Mixed
signals.
Anybody that's like long term in it that can show me how they're doing, so I can be like, oh, this makes sense.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's not too bad. The drawdown is the biggest issue when, let's say, you're up 1,000 on the trade. If you don't close it out and then you close it out minus 800, then your trail down isn't up 800. It's up by 1,800 because it was already profitable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's different with Top Step.
Ahead and you have your stop in front. So let's say you're up 1,000, you put your stop in front. So it's 1,000, and then you get stopped out. Now you're 300, but it's a 300 in front. So are they going to say your trailing stop is 500 minus because you should take that profit?
Yep. So it'll creep up by the 500 then. But you're smart by moving your stop loss up, because then you're either one, letting your winner run, or two, not letting that winner go red. So instead of it being plus 900 and then minus 900, so you're taking that full loss. If you're moving your stop loss up to 300, then you're not only locking in profits, but you're not taking as big of a hit. And that's why I mentioned the 150K account for you, because I know you go for those bigger swings. The 50K probably wouldn't be realistic. The profit target of 3,000 and trail stop of 2,500, you'd probably be out in like a day or two if it was wiki,
And it's 300 a month, I guess?
No, so what's great is they're usually always running sales. So the 150K, 250, and 300K, those accounts are all on a crazy discount. Use Bullishbrs or whatever code you want, and they're about $60 per account. So much cheaper than 300. And then the one-time lifetime, what's that?
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's good. And then they have, you could do paid Apex once you get funded, have up to 20 accounts. You could pay $105 a month per funded account once you get funded, or you could pay the one-time lifetime fee. The lifetime fee on the 150K, I believe, is around $220. But when they run sales like they are right now, they bring the sale price of the funded fee also down to $125 per each account. So that's really cool too.
Oh, that's killer.
Yeah, no, it's not bad, and
Do it.
yeah, no, it's not bad. It's cheap, and it's again something to do, especially because you're going to be trading anyways. You know, why not make a few extra thousand with it?
Look at that trade, though. Look at that one.
Oh, let's see.
So Kevin, is this, they let you work in a simulated account to show that you're able to do the trade and then they fund you?
Yep, exactly. So what they'll do is they'll give you a simulated account you could log into. You could even connect it right here because they'll give you a TradeOvate account. And I want to show you guys one more time. When you go to their website and you scroll down to their accounts, they're going to give you two sections. They're going to look identical. This section and then this section. The difference is this one is a Rhythmic plan. This one is a TradeOvate plan. You're going to want to do the TradeOvate plan so you could log into TradingView with it. Now, yeah, so what they do is they give you the paper account. So they'll give you like a 50K evaluation account, they call it. And if it hits either your trail stop, then it'll liquidate and you can't trade it anymore. Or if you hit above 5,300, which is the target is 3,000, and you close that position, and you close and end the day above the profit target, they'll email you, congratulations, you're going to be funded. Here is what's it called? Here is we just need a signature from you. Here is a little like what's it called? Like a certificate. They always give out certificates. And then they give you the funded account. Now, I don't want you to stress too when you get funded, because when you get funded with them, they're not putting 50K of their own capital up front. They'd be a little crazy to do so. But just because you still are on a simulated account, they are still going to pay you out because you're going to show them you're consistent. Now, over time, they might move you to a live account, but that's all on their end. All you have to worry about is you staying consistent and following their rules. I haven't spoken to anybody who got denied a payout for no reason. I've seen people I've seen one complaint about a payout, and that's because they were above the 30% rule, and it was like their goal was like 4,000, and they made 2,500 one day. And again, I completely understand. Okay, well, you could, of course, it's trading. You could have a really great day and then some mediocre days. That's fine. But I also understand from the prop firm's perspective, if they start getting a bunch of people that are just getting payouts based off of one or two BS kinds of trades, then that's not fair to the real traders that are putting in the time and effort and consistency to get payouts. But yeah, they're great. Great place to get started, especially for futures. Their sale ends I want to say Wednesday night. They like to do it Wednesday nights. Yeah, 1 day, 13 hours. Oh no, what's that? Tomorrow night? I think they said the 4th. Yeah, tomorrow night. I have a meeting with Apex and Benzinga later today. I'll ask them if they're running any other sales, and I'll let you guys know.
Can you do it off of TradingView?
Yeah, so when you get the TradeOvate account, or if you get a TradeOvate account, you could you go into TradeOvate on your desktop and you go to the add-on section, and you're going to hit allow access for TradingView. It's free when you have an Apex account. And then you come over to Trading Panel on TradingView, and you're able to click TradeOvate, and then it'll bring up your login. I guess that's also why I wanted to recommend it to you too, because it's really quite simple to mess around with.
up as a entity account, not a personal account, because of the LLC. How would that work? Do you know?
Yeah, that's fine. So you're gonna make you would still make an account with them as you would. So we go to Apex Trader Funding. Let's see. You would go down to an account. Let's say the 50K account, and we'll do Tradeovate, and make sure nothing important is on there. Beautiful. Then it'll have you create an account. Now, if you already have an account, it'll have you log in. But this is how you create an account: first and last name, email, choose a username, password, address, no refunds, agree. Now enter coupon code. This part will come up on the first page whether you have to create an account or you log in. So coupon code, you can always just put in Bullishbrs. It'll give you whatever the best recurring sale is right now. So if they have 80% off, you'll get 80% off. If they have 90% off, you get 90. If they aren't running any sales, you'll still at least get 50 to 70% off. So that's another great benefit of the Bullishbrs coupon. So you're never paying full.
This is set up for, like, me on my personal name. I need to set it up in the LLC's name.
Yeah, so you could, if you wanted to set it, you could set it up in the LLC's name. I do know some people run their businesses through, because some people do trade with their businesses. It won't ask you for any of that information until you're about to get funded. So once you pass your account and get funded, they give you the signature sheet. On the signature sheet, they have you sign, and they have you put your social security or your business ID number. And that would be where you would put your EIN. Absolutely. Mean that much to you?
And with where you know I am and what I've been doing, would it be the 50,000 one that I would look at?
Yeah, I would say the 50 or the 25. Probably the 50K would keep you alive longer, just in the sense that, you know, if you want to risk, because the trail stop is 2,500, maybe per trade you would want to risk only $150. That, or maybe $125. That way, you know, if you start losing on the account, you start at 50K and it goes a little red, you're not panicking and then trading with emotion. And that's also what's great about prop firms, is you don't have that emotional connection to the actual account. So you could trade with more of a systematic approach, as we should when it comes to day trading. But that doesn't mean just YOLO the account, but that means we could trade off of our rules.
Thanks, sir.
Absolutely. You got it. Look at that. Oil continued on that drop. Damn,
Yeah, I
oil.
shorted oil.
Did you?
Like big shorted oil. Yeah, at the top, like literally the top.
Oh, nice. I know something I love to look for on things like crude and gold, guys, is liquidity sweeps inside supply and demand. Now, I missed this trade because we were in an ES short at this time, but check this out. What I would have noticed if we were doing pre-market on oil, which we did, and I just so happened to miss this, is we made a high overnight right here, and we rejected it. Then, well, I guess we had this high here also that we failed to continue higher. So I would have seen that inside supply, right? And then I would have looked for that similar price action for us to fail when we sweep the high again, which is exactly what we got. We got a strong drop to the downside after we swept that high. So a high sweep inside supply, right? That would be for shorts. Same with longs for demand, right? If we could sweep a low inside demand and hold demand, that would be potential for a long position. But nice short trade on gold. And look at this guy's oil. Gold holding this blue zone. I want a new high a day, gave us new high a day, and is continuing. I want to see gold 29.02. We're above that previous day high. At least we broke it for a moment. I'm gonna mark this out as a potential supply zone. This daily. Cool, cool, cool. Love it. So let's take a look at the hourly. The hourly close, yeah, we got 20 minutes left still. Oh man, it's only 10:40. Lame. So look right now, guys, on ES, if we're looking at Bookmap, something that stands out to me is we're no longer one-sided. We were very bearish this morning. We had a lot more negative selling delta. Now it's flipped. We have strong negative here, a strong negative here, but then we have a lot of strong positives, right? A whole lot of areas started to turn positive. Okay, well now I have less faith in these shorts, right? They were unable to hold us lower. They were unable to keep us lower. And now we're able to move higher with some buying volume. And this is the order block I would have looked for on ES, which would be a new demand zone too, which means I would look for us to base here, push higher on this green candle, and then continue on the current green candle we're on right now. So I would really look for longs here on this 5 to continue higher. VIX is pushing lower. I think ES is going to continue. That's just my thoughts right now. I'm not going to take this trade, but if I was looking for a trade, this is the trade I would take. Yes, sir, we're cooking up that paper shmoney.
That's amazing, right?
Not touching ES longs until close above previous day high. Okay, that's a smart idea. That's a good way to safeguard yourself.
Kevin, how to get your 90-minute time? Because it's not on the drop down.
Yeah, so you're going to click the little drop down, and the very top it says add custom interval. Type, you're going to go to minutes, and you're just going to do 90. And then add.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And then you could favorite your time intervals too, whichever favorites you like. And then they'll stay up here, so you don't have to click that down every time. You could just click whichever ones are up here.
That's what I was doing, but I didn't see your 90 or like your 6 hours.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't used the 6 hour too often. Every now and then I'll check it out. It's really for really big trends, but we'll see. There we go. This 15 finally flipped green. That's what I wanted to see. Looking good on ES longs here, except that we sort of gave up on support. There's like no support under us right now, so we got to be a little careful. Nice. Where's our CVD? Cumulative volume delta won't be green for quite some time, so we really need to see some strong buying to push us green. But we are breaking back into the orb. Remember what I said this morning, guys? We were all the way down here. I said we have to move 70 points to have a double break, but it certainly is possible. And now we're moving back into the orb. We might be going for that double break. And then target-wise, we're looking at that 30-minute supply to the upside. Imagine that 2 huge trades, longs and short, same day. Just got to trade that trend. Trade that range.
It's interesting. I'm looking at the ESH with you, but I got the Losaga sequencer on it, and I'm running linear regression. 0.5, 1, and 2, and how it's staying inside the channel and stuff.
Cool. Need this 5 minute to close within the orb. That's what I would like to see. Nice. What I say before, guys, buyers flipped it. They looked more positive on this delta. Sellers gave up. This big seller down here, 2,000 negative delta. probably kicking his desk right now. Damn, this price level, this is at point of control, 59.50. Look at where 59.50 is right here. Right at this area, this 15-minute order block that I had marked out. And, oh, I didn't even see this because we're probably busy talking about Apex. But look at this 5-minute fair value gap that we created right there too. That would have been a huge, huge potential setup on that. That's nuts. That looks good. Great session today, guys. Definitely going to recommend you guys, if you missed any of it, go back and review it. Great short. We caught up here with Bookmap. We were able to explain and really jot down why we took this short and how we took this short and how this short played out really well. Then it even continued much lower, which would have given us a huge trade, but we really wanted to go for this gap fill right here. So definitely check it out. See why I got out earlier and see why I got my short position where I did.
When I'm running the linear regression between the 30 and the 90 minutes, the 90 minutes is showing it's going up, and the 30 minutes is showing it's going down as a trend.
And what is it? The linear regression?
I have linear regression going back 60, and then I have 0.5 on one. I have one on standard deviation, and then I have two on the other standard deviation. So I'm running it like a channel.
Gotcha.
And I just noticed everything in the lower time frames, the trend is going up, but on the 90 minutes, it's going down.
Okay. Is this an indicator?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you want to send us, what's it linear? Let me know if you see it. Is it this one?
Yeah, you'll need 3 of them.
That's fun. All right. What is the first one on?
I'm setting it for 60 candles. And then on the upper deviation, it's 0.5. And the lower is 0.5. And get rid of Pearson's R.
Oh, wait 1 sec. 0.5. Great. Get rid of which?
Get rid of Pearson's R. And on the style, leave that alone. And on style, get rid of the fills.
Nice.
Get rid of the labels. And click OK.
Okay, cool.
And then on the second one, it's identical.
Oh, so you know what I'm going to do? And here's a quick trick for you too. If you want, because you already did the settings in this top one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it then. So I'm going to copy it, then I'm going to paste it. And now it's going to give me the same one, same settings.
Yeah. Now let's set the deviation. Leave it alone. Let's set the deviations at 1.
All right.
And then the last one, set it for 2. No, you're good there.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay. La 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 la. All right, what are we doing? This one too?
Okay. Yeah, and that one too. And then you can fool around with how you want to flip, but things revert back to the mean. So the mean would be the red in the middle, but now if you click on, see how the 90's going down?
Yeah.
And click on the lower, see how it's going up?
Yeah.
So it's how is that implicating? Do you stay on the one chart when you're setting up your thing? Because if you change a time frame, the regression is showing it's going in a different direction.
Right, and I see what you're doing with the multiple linear lines, so you could have it all mapped out. Yeah, I mean, I don't trade ranges like this. I usually treat, and the reason for that is because when we have linear regression or we have some type of trend lines like that, they can be very subjective, right? So this trend line right here that's going up like this, well, I could draw that out too on my chart, but I might get something more like this, right? And they could both be right or they could both be wrong. Now, when I find my price,
What this is doing is going back and just looking at the last 60 candles.
right,
So it's based on, whatever number you have. I mean, when you pull it up, it was set for 100. So you have to make sure they're all set to the same number of candles going backwards. So it's tracking what's actually happening. So as it moves forward, the trend line will change.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely cool, and I do like it, and it's cool because it does visually map it out for you. And again, though, the issue with this sort of lines up with a RSI MACD situation too, in that it could be a little bit of a lagging indicator. Now, I do like it a bit more than a RSI MACD because I love ranges, right? The market range is 80% of the time, so it's important to us as traders to be able to visually see that range and to be able to trade that range. So if you like this tool and have found success with it, keep it, stay with it, and trade with it. If you haven't found success with it, but you're comfortable using it and you might want to try to continue using it, then give yourself maybe a month, right? Write down how you use it, give yourself some type of rule book on how you use it, and give yourself a month to refine it. And at the end of the month, you should hopefully be able to say, okay, my my system includes this indicator. How do I use this indicator? Well, I'll do my analysis on the daily first, and I don't even think it shows it on the daily. I'll do my analysis on the 4-hour first, and then I'll look for the 5-minute to look for the same direction, right? Because I want to make sure we're trading with the trend. So I want the higher time frame to match up with my lower time frame, which right now it doesn't. So now I would say, okay, well, now I can't take a trade because it's not setting up accordingly. And that could be one way you could use it.
Okay, so if the lower time frame doesn't match up with the higher, it's going counter trend.
Yep,
Don't do the trade.
exactly. But if the higher time frame and the lower time frame are both looking like they're pushing lower, then that's adding confluence. It's called confluence when things start lining up together.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
I like this, and I like using the sequencer with the Flux Algo. So both the high and the low are doing it, but it's staying within the setup of the 1, 2, 3, and then when it goes to the 4, 5, 6, it's more confirmation.
Right. Gotcha. Cool, man. Cool. See, exactly like that, right? Find another indicator maybe that trades well with that indicator, right? You're pairing them up. You're finding extra confirmation, right? Lux Algo is telling me to go short. The other indicators telling me to go short. My linear lines, things are looking short here. We just took out a high, and then maybe you could add some market structure in there, right? Have we been making lower highs? Have we been making higher lows? What has the general direction been? And that will help you create higher probability setups.
I don't have bookmap yet, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's okay.
How to use order flow dynamics with that also.
Yeah, bookmap is great for order flow. If you don't have bookmap, it's not the end all to be all. There are other order flow tools and softwares too. I know. Do you have TradingView Premium?
Yes.
So you could use Footprint on TradingView Premium, and that shows like the total volume being traded at that price level on that candle. So that's very helpful too.
How did you turn that on and off?
So you come to the top middle, sort of right next to where your time labels are, and you're going to come to the bars. So right now it's on candles. You're going to click bar style and come down to volume footprint and click that on. Now it's the same situation. You could favorite it so that it's always up top here. So you're able to quickly go back and forth between regular candles and volume footprint candles. Made me some burrito money today. The hefty trader. Some taco money, burrito money. Oil with the move. Look at that. Oil just rejected that previous day low by a few cents. By 1 cent. 69.15 was crude oil's low of day. Yesterday's low was 69.14. Imagine being short this whole run on crude and then it just misses your take profit. Let's see. What else we got? So ES came back into its orb, right? Came back within its orb and then it rejected it. Now the question is, do we want to hold this new zone that we just created down here, this blue 5-minute fair value gap that we already held and tested twice now, or do we want to continue our trend back lower today? Now I was originally bullish this morning on ES, and that's because I wanted to see us continue higher up until, obviously we had this rejection. I saw us, we were bearish. But higher time frame wise, I was more bullish because we were at the bottom of a range, and I know a lot of traders are still bearish due to this trend right here. Now, trend is our friend, but we have to remember if we're range bound, then this trend might have come to an end, especially because we already had a green candle reversing already. If we didn't have this big green candle, I would still be patient and I would maybe be more bearish. But we did have that green candle to confirm we might be holding this range. 10:56, ladies and gents. If you guys have any last minute questions, please let me know. If I was looking for any trades right now, it probably would be some ES longs if it could hold this level of support down here in this 5-minute fair value gap. But if we are looking at some higher time frames, we would really want to see that hourly close. If the hourly could close bearish with a red candle, sort of a red body down here, I could possibly look for some longs. If it closes green, that could also be looking for some longs. The only way I would really want shorts after this hourly closes is if it could open, or I'm sorry, if the hourly closes below 59.47. So 59.47, very key area right there. Strong key level right here. Very strong level of liquidity. Look at that big selling delta, 2,200 negative delta right there. So I wanted the hourly to sort of close right where it's at right now. Even if it did want to close near 59.47. Like right there. That would be ideal. Alright guys, I'm going to be wrapping up the stream now. You guys have a great day. Hope you guys were able to take some nice trades with us. Caught some great shorts on ES this morning. Really phenomenal, almost top tick those shorts on a very strong bear trend. So great stuff, great work today.